Kia ora whānau. If I've got this right, I think we're on. He mihi kia koutou I tēnei ahi pō. Ko Malcolm Patterson tōku ingoa no te whānau Pauvi ahau. He me mau o te pōari o Whai Maia. He mihi kia koutou whānau mā. I've been asked to facilitate tonight's panel, and it's really extending on our series, our webinar series, around COVID and the COVID response, and we've got whānau who are involved in various ways with the response to COVID in varying capacities for DHBs and for our own tribal organisation. So he mihi kia koutou whanaunga mā, ngā mema o te rōpū nei. I've got a few questions that I'm going to ask each of our panelists over the next sort of 25 minutes, and we'll try and respond to pātai or comments that might come in from whānau as well. So, te ara, ngā mihi ki a koe, you offered to lead us off tonight, so if you wouldn't mind, could you share with the whānau introducing yourself and explaining your role in the COVID response?
Kia ora, Malcolm. Kia ora whānau. My name's Tiara. I am Tiara Gilman. I am the site lead for our Tamaki Vaccination Centre in Glen Innes. And I've also been very fortunate over the last few days to lead our vaccination bus, Shot Doi, and it's been a lot of fun. Kia ora.
Ka pai. George, would you like to follow Tiara?
Yep, kia ora whānau. My name is George. I'm one of the vaccinators at Tamaki Vaccination Centre. I've been working there since the beginning of July, and I've also been working on the buses as well, which has been good fun. And yeah, he uri ahau no te kapotai. Kia ora.
Kia ora, George. Tui kei?
Kia ora koutou. Ko Patioro Maihi tōku koro, ko Puti Puti Wilson tōku kuia, ko Te Hoa Kau tōku mama, ko Tui kei ahau. My mahi lies within Ngāti Whātua kei Whai Maia and within the SME space. So kia ora koutou.
Ngā mihi Tui kei. Kia ora Tui.
Kia ora koutou, ko Tui Blair Taku Ingoa. I'm the mana whenua lead for Epsom and the CBD sites, and also covering the Mount Wellington Vaccination Centre. Kia ora.
Kia ora. And as requested, Te Autahi, ko koe te mutunga.
Kia ora, I'm Te Autahi Mākore King, and I'm a hauora coordinator at Mount Wellington Vaccination Centre and admin lead at the Airport Park and Fly. Kia ora.
Ka pai. Well, kia ora koutou. So as you can see, whānau, we've got some people who are really in the thick of the response to COVID for us, on behalf of us, and reaching out to the wider community. So if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask of our expert panel, please send them in, and we'll see if we can answer them. So, Tiara, next round of questions. Just in your work, what concerns have you become aware of from your interactions with people? Concerns about COVID, the COVID response, perhaps about the vaccination program itself, and how have you addressed those?
I think when I talk to whānau, a lot of it is there's just too much information out there, and it's really hard to find the right information, and especially from our rangatahi, they seem to be unsure because they just they don't know where to look for the information or who to talk to. And I think it's important, if possible, to come in and maybe see us at the vaccination centre, talk to our vaccinators, talk to our staff, and I think that the process can also seem very daunting, to come into this big centre surrounded by hundreds of people who are getting vaccinated at the same time. And so we've tried our best to make the process smooth, easy. We whānau feel at ease majority of our staff are Ngāti Whātua whānau, so we hope that when you come in, you feel comfortable in that space. You see some familiar faces, so you don't feel so scared or maybe anxious. We've added some music. We've got a TV going. We've tried to make it as comfortable as possible. And I think our next step of going into the community with our bus has been the right thing to do. Is some of our whānau just don't have the time to come out, or they might have children with them. That way they can stay in the car. They don't have to take everyone. If baby is sleeping in the car seat, you can just leave baby in the car seat. So, those are the things we've seen so far.
Ka pai, ngā mihi. Kia ora. George, is there anything e hiana koe te tāpiri atu ki te ara kōrero?
I've actually been fortunate not to have a lot of people with the big questions, but the most questions I've got as a vaccinator is like, what's in the vaccine? And then there are the few that are a bit hesitant, but you sort of just try to reassure them about the miscommunication, misinformation that's out there, and just give them our knowledge of what we know. And yeah, most of them are happy to receive the vaccine in the end. Is that sort of the answer you were looking for, or you want me to elaborate more?
Well, it's a good issue that you raise, George. So yeah, that's your ko tōwhaku to tēnā and he pai tēnā. That's something you've obviously encountered, and I think that's the sort of thing that we're hearing out there, isn't it? We've got the drive that's on right now. We're hearing a lot in the media about come on, get vaccinated. Kind of that sense of racing the clock to try and get our vaccination rates up, and knowing that the rates are lower than the average amongst the Māori community. So sort of there's that pressure there, and yet there's there are those concerns that people have. Some of those things that you've mentioned, Te Ara, and you George. So I hope that with this panel we're showing some, as you say, Te Ara, familiar faces. Hopefully people are seeing that we've got some, expertise and some knowledge amongst ourselves. And so hopefully people see some of us as those trusted faces. There will be others too, but trusted faces they can go and talk to and, get good information from to make their decision about vaccination. And there's probably a good chance to ask you, Tuike, to perhaps tell your story. I think you're one of those people that George might have been referring to with questions and concerns at the start, and you've got a story about how you came around to decide for you and your whānau to get vaccinated.
Ai, tēnā koe, Malcolm. So you know what, whānau? I am a person who's really cautious. I read, and I research into everything. And you know what? I questioned a vaccine that came out and was made in 4 weeks. So our whānau was very skeptical, and we did lots of research. So we stalled getting vaccinated for ages, to be honest. We just did. We watched influencers because we just wanted to hear what was going on. And it was all really, really bad stuff and interesting stuff. So then we kept unpacking, we kept researching, and really it took us a very, very long time to get vaccinated because of these reasons. But at the end of the day, it was about me, my whānau, and our situation. And we want to see my mum. Like, there's people out there who, not as strong as us. Their immune systems aren't as good as mine, because Jacob and I have thought, we'll be sweet. We're healthy, we're fit, but it's not actually about us at the end of the day. It was about my mum. It was about my brother who has rheumatoid arthritis, and that's exactly why we got done. Like, I just got my second one today. And it's not about us. So that's how we saw it in the end. Yeah, that's my story.
Ngā mihi Tuike, kia ora. Tui, how about for you? What are some of the concerns that you've become aware of, either that you've had yourself or that you've heard of in your role? And is there one or more of those that you'd like to talk about, how you've addressed those?
I think for myself, it was a real no-brainer to get it done. Obviously, it's a pandemic. I aligned myself to when I decided to get it done was a lot the same as when we'd vaccinate our children when they were younger with the pandemics, the measles, the mumps, rubella, and things like that. And then it was actually my 12-year-old nearly 12-year-old who did a speech about why we should get vaccinated, and it was all about so he could be around his koro. And a line like with Tui K, it's about our whānau. It's not about myself. It's about everybody else in our community. I guess I'm fortunate. I'm unfortunate. I'm not in a position where I have a lot of face-to-face with a lot of the public. But if they come through our doors, then we know that they've made the right choice. So our job now is once they've walked through the waharo is to support them through their journey so they feel safe, secure and supported through it. So I think for me and my whānau, it was something that we discussed and my wider whānau with my brothers and my sisters. And just with what Te Ara was saying, it's about our rangatahi, and the best information we can give them is the correct information and really support them through that journey. So, kia ora.
Sure, ngā mihi. Te Aitahi, you're someone that does have a lot of face-to-face contact, so you might have, your own story to share with us about concerns that you've become aware of and how you've worked through those.
Yeah. I deal with the public a lot with being a registration and just trying to calm people down when it comes into when they come into the centres. But it's not. When they come through, they're a little bit scared of what they've heard, but then when they see everyone else come, they're quite good. But other concerns that I've heard about is like, why are people getting reactions? Is there a magnet in your arm? And all those kind of things. And I just pretty much tell them, you got to really look into it and look at the right sources, like looking on MOH, the Ministry of Health. That's where you're going to get your information. If you don't know anything else, just go to your doctor and ask. There's no harm in doing that. And for me, for why I got my vaccination was because myself and my partner are both working at the vaccination centre. And it was just about my kids. I wanted to keep them safe, and also my dad and my mum, and just making sure that they're safe as well, because I'm dealing with people head on. So if I go with them, I'll be protected. So
Ngā mihi ki a koe te Aitahi. Yeah, so obviously a lot of people are talking with and making decisions with whānau rather than just themselves. And te Aitahi, you mentioned those other sort of trusted sources. Hopefully, most of us have someone that we see as an expert that we would trust to talk to about this. You mentioned your GP, or perhaps, as you say, Te Aitahi, a familiar, face at a centre if we're going there. I know that someone shared their story the other day from Ōrākei, where someone had come up and asked for information, gone away, come back and asked for some more information, gone away, and come back several times. Didn't sign up straight away for the jab, but they're obviously looking, to talk through and address concerns, then go away, do some more research, come back and ask their other questions. So it is a really good time for everyone to be thinking really hard about all this, because you can see, I think, the way it's going, the media briefings the last couple of days, it's pretty clear there's a time coming where there will be a difference in the government's response, whether you're vaccinated or not. And so I think it's good to be really thinking hard about that now. These ideas that are being used overseas of vaccine passports, you've got some proof you've been vaccinated and you can go to the rugby or you can go to the pub and do things like that. Don't have that, you may be more restricted. Some more and more employers are looking into, can they insist that their employees are vaccinated? I think the stakes are quite high for the decisions we're making now for the months that are coming, and how much freedom we might have individually or as communities in the months that come. Ka pai. So really, last round of questions. So I'll ask something, but feel free to do a sweep and comment on anything that you think we might have missed. Is just what's a real highlight for you? You know, what have you loved about your role in the COVID response, and what's the real highlight for you, Te Ara?
I think highlight for me is seeing whānau come through. Often you see them come through with really anxious faces, and then they make it through the centre. They catch up with, might be Cherry or Wes, and then before you know, they're upstairs and they're laughing, and all you can hear is them being too loud. And sometimes I feel like going out and saying, "Hey, keep it down, please." But it's so good to see people actually coming through, and they might have come through anxious at first, but then they walk away smiling and happy. So that's been probably the highlights for me. And also seeing our staff develop, our staff who, especially our whānau that are working at the centre at the moment, really enjoying the mahi that they do, and I think they really enjoy when they see whānau faces coming through our doors. So that's really good. Yeah.
Ka pai. George?
Yeah, just what Te Ara said as well. Just seeing our team like work as one, like don't have any problems with each other. A biggest highlight I also have is when patients say how, and I'm going to quote what one of my patients says, is how chill everyone is, just with the music and just how happy everyone is and friendly. Yeah.
Ka pai. Yeah, the centre's been great. I know I brought my my elderly Pākehā dad down, and he had a great experience coming through, and I think that although we might like to see our vaccination rates for our whānau go up a bit higher, we've had plenty of whānau through, but also we've looked after the wider community too, haven't we? I mean, actually in terms of number, we've done heaps and heaps of the wider community, so showing that manaakitanga is mana whenua. Tui K, your role's a bit different in terms of our COVID response, so I don't know, you might have a slightly different sort of angle on this one, but what's been a highlight for you, or something you've really enjoyed in the role you've been playing through this?
So Malcolm, the thing that I love about Ngāti Whātua Ōrākei Whaimaia is that when we go into COVID responses, like everyone just drops their mahi, and then they can jump in and help awhi whānau in different spaces. So I worked one day at the clinic alongside Te Ara's team, and it was such a beautiful atmosphere, and so much positive feedback came in that day that I was there, and I was so proud to be part of that. Being in level 4, people haven't seen each other, people are really scared, and you came in there, whānau were dancing and come through. They just brightened up, like it just lightened up their day coming into that centre, and it was really beautiful to be part of that. And I think that's what really makes my mahi so rewarding, is being around whānau, with whānau, and then uplifting other whānau. And that's another reason why it was really important for me to get my shot, was because I'm around kaumātua, kuia all the time. They pop into our office all the time just to have a kōrero. So that was another reason why it was really important for me to do my part to ensure that they're safe. So I love my mahi because we're always around our whānau, and then uplifting other whānau. It's really, really cool.
Wow, tapu ki. Tui, you whakaroa?
So I'm working in the DHB space as opposed to the Tāmaki space, but I've been down there to have a look too, and just seeing all the whānau down there was really... It helps with the being disconnected from our whānau during this time. But for me, it's been able to serve with a real purpose over this period. And I think for me, that's part of who I am and the things that I really strive to do. And the other is we have a limited amount of whānau working in the Mount Wellington site, and just being able to create opportunities for our whānau to progress into spaces where they might not been able to have an opportunity. So really, really supporting them to get those leadership roles and encourage them that they can do it, and really giving them the tangible opportunities. So I've really enjoyed my time with the DHB and working under the COVID response. I think I've worked in 4 sites now over in less than 6 weeks. So it's been a real eye-opener to see how Māori can fit within that space and where we should be fitting within that space, and really pushing the DHB to ensure that we are sitting in those spaces. So that's what I've enjoyed.
Ka pai. And as we know, actually in that, wider health system beyond what Whaimaya's doing and the Ngāti Whātua Ōrākei group, as you know, Tui, when we were putting together this panel, there are actually a few whānau we could have called on actually, and maybe in future webinars will. So yeah, certainly Māori in the health system, but Ngāti Whātua in the health system playing that wider role, eh? Ka pai. I just did see one comment, so I might just jump in there and say someone's asked if the age for being vaccinated is likely to drop at any time, and I think that I think the signs are that it probably will. I think that the Health Minister and the Director General of Health have dropped some pretty strong hints, in those media conferences in recent days, quoting overseas studies for children 5 to 12 that seem to be showing that it's efficacious, so does the job and is safe for kids aged 5 to 12. So nothing absolutely confirmed yet, but I think the smart money is that before very long, we'll be needing to think about taking our 5 to 12-year-olds along to get them vaccinated. And, as a dad myself with a 4-year-old and an 8-year-old, it does seem like an odd thing otherwise. So many of us have got vaccinated and are being careful in the workplace or not going to work and things like that. And pretty much the second we're back to level 2, we'll have all these little unvaccinated bodies, packed in again by the dozen and the 100 in their schools. And even though it does seem that COVID overall doesn't affect them, as much as it does adults or kaumātua, they're not immune. Some kids do get it and do get it bad, and we don't know exactly what that long COVID effect might be. It just hasn't been around long enough. So again, it's a good discussion to be having, because I think we'll be making those decisions about our 5 to 12-year-olds quite soon. So aroha mai, te autei, that question that I was asking, just what's been, something that you've really got a buzz from in your mahi or highlight for you?
For me, something that's highlighted. So when I first started at the job, I just came off working income. And for someone that's come off working income, I didn't think that I would be able to work a 9-to-5 job and still be all goods. But yeah, the vaccination centre has given me heaps of opportunities and becoming bigger and better. One example is being a co-site lead with Auntie Tui over here at the Birkenhead swabbing centre. And then now moving over to the airport park and flight and becoming an admin lead. So for me, I feel like that's a big step up, and that's a big thing that makes me, want to do more and do more for my kids. Because, for your young rangatahi, that people don't see the opportunities when they're on wins. They just think that, that's all it is. If you have kids, you can't do much. But I've got 2 kids of my own, and look at me now. So yeah, that's pretty much what I love about my job, is that they've given me opportunities and supported me everywhere. And just going to keep thriving. So yeah. And one other thing is that my boss makes our centre, so I'm a part of DHB as well. My boss makes our centre feel like a marae, so whoever comes in feels like family. No matter what race you are, whether you're Māori, Chinese, so what, we're all family, and it's just, yeah, it all feels good. And just all being at one together, especially through this pandemic, everyone's struggling and just, yeah. So it just makes it feel good. Thank you.
Ka pai. I think you can see the supportive comments coming through there, Boo. So yeah, that's been a silver lining, eh? We've got got some skilled people that have come through, been trained up, and we don't want to have COVID like it is now forever and a day, but the vaccination program will run on, and we've got probably the kids coming, and then we may even be thinking about booster shots, and then the skilled people like you, what roles are waiting for them after this with other work in the health field and other vaccination programs and things. So yeah, there hasn't been a lot of silver lining, but that's one of them, eh?
Well, I think now's the time.
Yeah. Couple.
Now's the time for all our rangatahi to come up, because the DHB are scouting all the Māori, so no mai haere mai whānau. Make that money.
You were meant to be the shy one. Ota, you're stealing the show.
Oh, wow, no. I told you I made a surprise.
Oh, well. Yeah. All right. Well, wadu karaka. So, he mihi kia koutou, te rōpū nei. Thanks for giving up your time this evening. And not only through the mahi doing during the day, but through things like this, trying to, be those faces, those trusted faces, those information and confidence givers to the whānau. So he mihi kia koutou, katoa. And to the whānau who are listening from the comments, looks like there were quite a few of you. So ngā mihi for making this a success. Hopefully we've helped you in your decision making and answered questions that you might have had. Okay. Kia haumaru te noho. Pōmari.
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 Nau ko te raukuraho tēnei, ke konei au, hei whakautu I tei pātai, e pāna ki te rongoa to COVID-19. Cheer. If all our whānau are vaccinated, just means a safer environment for everyone. My only advice is it's better to be safe than sorry. So go get your vaccination, whānau. Our whānau at Whaimai have given us all the information needed, given us every opportunity possible. So really it just comes down to us to take that little bit of time out of our day to go get vaccinated. Kia pāna mo te iwi. And remember, we get to skip that line too. Those who know me know that my whānau are my biggest motivation. So I wanted to get the vaccine to be safe for my little bro, my little sis. And when your mum's the biggest advocate for this line of mahi, it's kind of hard to say no. Regardless of vaccination choice, just keep doing what we're doing, look out for one another, love each other, and we'll get through this together.
Watching us like, what are you doing?
And do you think it's the...
Yeah, you can bring us lunch too.
Can we start again though?
Alright.
There's some every day.
Yeah. We've got a whole lot of characters down here, from the security guards to even the vaccinators.
To the vaccinators, they're so funny, the vaccinators. They like dancing and grooving to the music.
But Terry's the biggest character here.
Welcome to the Tamaki Vaccination Centre.
Nice to have you. Come on in.
Well, please know your date of birth.
If you have your NHI number, that's so good. It helps us.
That's really
good.
Tēnā koe. We are just interrupting this video for a paku ad break. Shotoi!
Oh, we had teams here. It was so cool. Who else have we
We've had the Warriors,
Oh, yeah.
Warriors
singers.
management in,
We've had singers.
Tony Iro,
Who else
Teague.
is it?
And we had singers with a big ringer and teaks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they all
right.
come through.
Hey,
Oh, they're awesome.
We're the bomb.
Yeah, I love it.
we're like one big happy whānau.
I've had a baby, so nothing.
I've had a,
It's not even as bad as a toothache.
yeah, I've had a toothache.
It's like a little
Yeah.
pinch on the arm.
The toothache's worse.
It's the after pain that's the worst. You get a sore arm and you can't sleep on it. But then you're not doing dishes for the day. I got out of cooking dinner for the night.
No, my, how do mine? Come on through to the TVC.